Welcome to EDU World Space.
Okay guys, this is chapter 26, problem 8. In this problem, we're given the government borrowing $20 billion more this year than usual. And so then part A is saying, using a graph, show whether the interest rate will rise or fall. So this graph is going to be the supply and demand graph for loanable funds. We have the interest rate and we have the amount of funds, and the demand for funds is downward sloping, the supply of funds is upward sloping. Increase in government borrowing is going to increase the supply from S to S1 of loanable funds, and we can see that the effect of that is to go from this interest rate here to this interest rate here, which is a decrease. So the answer is that the interest rate will decrease. For part B, we're asked what happens to investment, public, private, and national savings. So investment and public savings are going to decrease, right? Investment is going to decrease because more money needs to be set aside to pay off the extra debt that the government's taking on. And same thing with public savings, because again, more money needs to be set aside in order to pay off the future debts of the government. Private savings is also going to decrease. Private savings is going to decrease, and this is because the decrease in the interest rate disincentivizes people from saving. The size of these changes are going to depend on the relative elasticities of the supply and demand for loanable funds. So part C is then saying, how does the supply of loanable funds, the elasticity of supply of loanable funds affect this change? The answer is that an increase in the elasticity is going. What is going on here? Increase in the elasticity is going to lead to an increase in everything that we've discussed in parts A and B. So it's going to exacerbate the problem. And basically the same thing for part D. An increase in the elasticity is also going to exacerbate the problem. So it's going to decrease investment, public saving, private saving even more than if the elasticity was lower. The last part of the question says, if the household believes that the government will increase taxes to pay for its borrowing, what will be the effect on the supply of loanable funds? So if households believed that the government was going to raise taxes in the future to pay for increased borrowing today, the household would increase its savings, which will in turn increase the loanable funds, which will further decrease the interest rate, and then the effects will just compound exactly the way that we've been talking about this entire question. So this was chapter 26, problem 8.